So your mileage may vary, but when I was taught to put on a plate carrier, I put on half of it and then I take a big deep breath in. And then I seal it, because that way when I start running and I'm breathing, it's not like fighting me to breathe. So I don't know, a little pro tip for you. Hey everyone, Dylan Schumacher, Citadel Defense, and we are here today to talk about your bump in the night rig, or I don't know, I don't really like that phrase, something like that. So I was organizing my gear the other day and I have my plate carrier sitting with all my other gear. And the way I have my stuff is that my gear is in a different part of my house than my bedroom, so it wouldn't be easily accessible. And I was sitting there and I was looking at my plates and I was thinking, you know, the chance that I'm ever gonna like suit up with plates isn't super high. And I thought, well, they're just sitting here, so why don't I have those in my bedroom at night, right? Like, I already have a rifle there, so why don't I just have the plates there, right? Now, I think that there's this big, I don't want to cover the mic here, I think that there's a thing about, you know, like people have these whole setups, and my problem with that has always been, what do you think is going to happen? Like, you're going to wake up at like 2:47 a.m., kind of bleary-eyed, and you're going to like suit up, you know, you're going to put your plates on and get your rifle and put your helmet and throw your nods down and check your thermal, and you know what I mean? Like what? Like, you're not going to do all that, right? Like, if someone actually broke into your house, you're gonna get your gun, better have a light on it, and that's probably about it. That's probably all the things you would have practical time for. Probably is the only thing you'd have felt time for, right? Like, you'd feel the urgency of having to get to figure out what's going on here, right? And if some window shatters at 2:30 a.m. and I hear someone coming into the house, you know, I'm not gonna necessarily stop to, you know, do my PCCs and make sure all my kid is squared away and double knot my laces, you know? Like, it's not gonna happen. So I think on one hand, there's kind of like, you know, is it really practical? Like, would I really have time to swim into a plate carrier? Now, how long does it take to put a plate carrier on? You know, I mean, not super long, right? But again, when seconds matter here, is that something I'm really gonna be concerned with? Maybe, maybe not, but I thought, well, look, I have the plate carrier. It's gonna sit there anyway. Why doesn't it just sit in my room next to my rifle? Like, why wouldn't it sit there, right? Why would it sit somewhere that's not accessible? Because if I had time and opportunity, of course I'm gonna throw it on, right? Like, why not? Why wouldn't I? I mean, it's not gonna hurt any. And so then I thought, well, what's the best way? I should just kind of leave it stocked up in order to be beneficial with it, right? Because again, I have it anyway. If it sits in my closet in my bedroom, or if it sits with all my other gear, what does it really matter? Especially because I'm not pulling it in and out of rotation a lot, right? Like, when I go to the field to train with the boys, you know, 9.9 times out of 10, I'm putting my chest rig and a ruck on. You know, every once in a while we'll do a plates day, right? But by and large, I'm not running plates. So what does it cost me? What does it really cost me to just leave it in my bedroom? You know what I mean? So that was kind of my thought process. And I know that might be kind of waxing philosophical, but that's probably why you follow this channel. And if not, I don't know if this channel is for you. But I think it's important to think through things like that on your gear. Look, if you have it anyway, you're not going to use it a ton. Why not put it in a place that it could be of the most use? That might sound really simple and like, well, duh, Dylan. But sometimes it takes a while to connect those dots. So what I have here is the T-Rex AC-1 plate carrier. I got it before they discontinued it, which I thought was a bad call in my opinion. Honestly, the most comfortable plate carrier I've ever worn is this one. They don't make it anymore. Maybe I'll have to make a copy or something in the future, because I really just think it was a really well done plate carrier. It's super simple, which is what I really like about it. And then I took a tourniquet and I stuffed it in one of the front elastic pouches here. And I have a mag here and a mag here. And then I have an IFAK back here. And that's it. That's all there is on it, right? If I ever wanted to plus it up and throw my chest rig on because I'm going to the field, I'm probably gonna pull these mags. Because even standing here right now, this mag, it digs into my side a little bit. And I don't really like that. It wouldn't be very good for long-term comfort. But if, again, I had the time and the opportunity to swim into this thing, I'm gonna grab my rifle, well, now I have plates, now I have 2 extra mags. Are they the most speed reloadable possible? I mean, no, this is a pretty awkward grip, right? And this one over here, I mean, forget about it. Like, that's gonna be super awkward. But again, am I ever gonna actually, I mean, I would love to know the percentage of someone who uses a rifle to defend their house and has to do a reload, right? Like, pretty low. So I think between those two mags, I would have more than enough that I would ever need for any kind of thing like that. Just statistically speaking, it's near impossible that I would need both of those. So this is a place for you to think about. Is there any unused gear that sits in some spot that you really don't use that often that you could repurpose to a spot where it would be a better potential use, right? I think that's really the thing we need to be thinking about when we're evaluating gear. What am I going to use this for? If it's not in rotation often, why not? If it's not in my rotation often, maybe I should toss it on eBay and I should sell it, number one. Two, maybe I should reassign it to somewhere where I can use it, right? If you have 4 plate carriers, that's crazy. Probably don't need 4 plate carriers, but maybe one just lives in your trunk of your car, right? And if it gets stolen or whatever, that really blows. You don't want that to happen, but you have 3 other ones, so you know you can kind of deal with it. So I think start to think through things like that of what do I have? What's not being used? What do I need to offload? What do I need to reassign? How do I need to use my gear so that it goes to the best place it can be used? And if you have friends, I hope you have lots of friends, and they don't have some gear, that's a great spot to help them out. To sell your boys good gear on the cheap is always a wonderful thing to do, right? Like, there's a lot of gear that I've come in and out of, and as my crew of friends continues to grow, and I continue to grow and train with people who don't have a history of this like I do, I give a lot of them my gear. A lot of it I just give away. I'm just like, hey, here's a solid piece of kit. Doesn't work for me for this reason. However, you have nothing, so it's gonna be excellent and perfect for you. Here you go. And I'm more than happy to do that, right? So again, as you look through your closets of kit that you don't use, you only can wear 1 chest rig or plate carrier at a time. I mean, obviously the chest rig you're wearing is the Spectre chest rig, which is the one I made because you like quality, that's why you're here. As you survey that stuff, think about the place that can best be reassigned or assigned and used, right? You don't need 4 bayonets. You only need, as you look through your closets of gear, think about where that stuff can be assigned and where the best use is for it. So this is just my mini example of how that worked out for me. I'm sure you're gonna have other examples for yourself and what works for you. But think through your gear. Think about, do I need this? 1, if not, dump it. Don't be cutthroat. 2, if I don't need it, is there a different place I could assign it to or someone else I could give it to, right? I think those are really the main thoughts. And then again, have the core sets of gear, your Spectre chest rig, your rifle, you know, your core set of gear that you're gonna use, it's your main go-to. And then from there, you have some other accessories, but keep it limited. This is the same idea with like a capsule wardrobe, I think is what it's called in the fashion world, right? Most of you men probably do this, you just don't know it. But to have only a few pieces that you just wear continually is better than 20 pieces that you wear every once in a while. It reduces your laundry load, right? It reduces your mental tax of trying to figure out what you're gonna do. Like, it's a good thing. And I'm always trying to simplify my gear and simplify my systems so that I'm not overwhelmed by all the different stuff. Free food for thought. Hope it's helpful. Hope it helps you think through your gear better so you can spend more time training, more time being dangerous, and less time fiddling with random pieces of nylon. Do brave deeds and endure.